Hello friends, I welcome you all to this session on numerical methods using C++ programming. So, in the previous lectures, what you have learned that how to find the derivative of a function. Now, what we'll be doing is we will be finding out the roots of equation, whether it is nonlinear or transcendental equation. So, what we'll do is now for some of the videos, 5 videos, we will be working on finding out the root. We'll be basically learning 4 5 methods for evaluating the roots. The first which I have picked for the day is the fixed point iteration method. Now this comes in the category of basically bracketing techniques. Basically what is bracketing technique is, let's say uh, this is my function and this is y, and this function is having the root here. Now what I am having is I am having this bracket. That means the root, let's say it is x naught, is lying between a and b. So this bracket I am assuming. Okay, and then based on this, what I do is I try to find out the uh, root, or I try to evaluate this using fixed point iteration. So what is this? Basically, if I'm having an equation fx is equal to 0, then what I do is I rearrange this equation in such a way that I bring one x out, and then remaining things can be written as psi x. So what do I mean by this? Let me give you an example. So let's say my equation is x square minus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. Then what I can do is I can either write this equation as x is equal to x square plus 4 by 5. This can be one of the way in which I can write, or I can write this equation also as square root of 5x minus 4. So if you look these two things, then here this particular term on the right hand side will become psi x. Likewise, this will also become psi x. So now I am having two choices. So the first task in fixed point iteration is to rewrite the equation in this form. Once you have done it, then what you can do is, because this particular method doesn't guarantee you the solution, so what you can do is you can check for the derivative of this function and then find out the absolute value of this derivative. So if this absolute value comes out to be less than 1, then it is guaranteed that you will be getting your solution. Okay, so the question is, what value should we check for? That means what should be the values or value or whatever you say, basically what should be the bracket. So if I know the bracket, I try to find out psi prime a, and also I try to find out psi prime b, and if the magnitudes come out to be less than 1 for both the cases, then you can be sure that you will be getting some good answer. That means you will be getting a converged answer. So if this doesn't happen, then you should not solve using this particular method, or if possible, then you can go for some other method which will return you a better converged solution. So let us take one example and try to understand that how this works. So consider I am having an equation x square minus 9x plus 1, and this is equal to 0. Then what I can do is I can write this equation as x is equal to x square x is equal to x square plus 1 by 9. This can be one of the way in which I can write this equation, or yeah, this is the one of the way. Now then this will become my psi x. Okay, then I will be finding out the derivative, that is 2x. Now if I want that root to exist, then let's say my bracket is 0 and let's say I am taking half, or minus half to half, let's say I am taking. So if I replace the value of minus half, so it will be what? It will be minus 1. So magnitude will become 1. So if I replace half again, it will be 1. So it is not exactly less than 1. It is equal to 1. So I have to think in this way. Take one other example. Let's say I am having this equation, instead of square here, let us say it is cube. So x cube minus 9x plus 1. Okay, then what I can do is I can write this equation as, let us take x common from here, so it will become x minus 9, and then bring 1 onto the right hand side, and then you write it as 1 upon 9 minus x. Sorry, as this is cube, so it will be square. Okay, now this will become your psi x. Now you try to find out the derivative of this psi x. Okay, let's say my bracket is going from 0 to 1. Then the derivative of this psi x will be what? It will be what? It will be minus 9 minus x square minus 2, and then this is minus 2x. So this minus and this minus will go, and you will be getting 9 minus x square whole square. Okay, now if you supply 0, then this will become 0. Okay, this will become 0 the moment you supply 0, that means this one. And if you supply the number 1 onto this, so what you will be getting is 2 upon 2 divided by 8 square, which is less than 1 again. So if you follow this bracket, then this method or this function psi x will help you in finding out the solution, one of the solution. So this can be my alternative. Okay, so what you have learned so far, that if I want to find out the root of any equation, then what I should do is, in case of fixed point iteration, I should write the equation as original fx is equal to 0 as x is psi x, and then I have to check for the derivative, whether that derivative, magnitude of that derivative is less than 1 or not. If that is less than 1, then I should be confirmed that I will be getting some answer, otherwise not. So now in the next lecture, what we'll do is, we will try to find out one of the root of this particular equation based on this function psi x, that is 1 by 9 minus x square. Okay, so in this lecture, till this point only. In the next lecture, we will be writing the code for this particular in C++. Thank you very much.